episode is really driven by Daisy, who finally starts narrating her own story, explaining how she went from a normal life in Toronto to ending up inside Gilead. She reflects on how things used to feel completely ordinary. At school, Gilead was just something they studied, a political case, something distant. They even talked about the warning signs, politicians openly pushing extreme views about women and LGBTQ people, but back then people brushed it off like it could never actually happen. Now, looking back, Daisy realizes how wrong that was. Her memories of life in Toronto feel almost surreal in comparison. She's working at her family's vintage shop, joking with her parents, rolling her eyes at Gilead sympathizers handing out pamphlets, her dad teasing her about her relationship, her mom trying to have the talk. Then there is Justin. Their relationship feels completely normal, playful, a little awkward, but genuine. They joke about whether her mom knows they've slept together, and Daisy even considers telling her the truth. Justin gives her a thoughtful vintage gift, something he knows she'll love, and she lights up. Everything shatters when Daisy comes home to flashing lights and police outside the shop. She pushes through the crowd, already panicking, and then it hits. Her parents are dead. The moment is chaotic and overwhelming, ending with her screaming as the reality sinks in. From there, Daisy's story becomes about survival and truth. At the hospital, she's completely disoriented when a man claiming to be from social services approaches her. But before anything can happen, June steps in, urgently warning that Daisy is in danger. Daisy doesn't understand at first, but June doesn't give her time to process. They leave immediately, and that's when the truth starts coming out. This wasn't a random robbery. Daisy's parents were targeted, murdered. June reveals they were working with Mayday, the resistance, that Daisy herself is connected to something much bigger. Daisy refuses to believe it at first. To her, they were just normal people, but they weren't. They were protecting her, and now that protection is gone. Daisy, desperate to hold on to something familiar, begs to call Justin. June shuts it down. Her old life is over. That's the reality. But Daisy isn't ready to accept that. She sneaks out and finds Justin anyway. He's relieved to see her, confused about what's happening, asking questions about her parents. Daisy just wants comfort. She asks him to hold her, and when he does, she breaks down completely. Trying to escape the trauma, she suddenly pushes for intimacy. It's not really about love, it's about trying to feel normal again, even for a moment. Afterward, Justin tries to ground her, telling her to go to the police, suggesting they talk to his parents. He doesn't understand the scale of what's happening. Daisy insists it's real, Mayday, Gilead, all of it, but he can't fully believe her. So she suggests something drastic. They run away together, start over somewhere else. Justin refuses. To him, it sounds like panic. And that's when it clicks for Daisy. Nothing is okay anymore. June was right. Her old life is gone. She leaves, and this time, when June finds her, Daisy doesn't fight it anymore. She goes with her. In another flashback, Daisy confronts June again, this time demanding real answers. Why were her parents killed? Why is she being targeted? And that's when everything flips. June tells her the truth. Gilead isn't trying to kill Daisy. They want her back. Daisy was born in Gilead. She was smuggled out as a baby, placed with Neil and Melanie by Mayday, and raised as their daughter. Daisy can't accept it at first. She insists she would have known. But June grounds it in something real, a story Melanie used to tell about how Daisy cried non-stop as a baby and how she would sing to calm her down. That memory hits because it's real and it proves the truth. Still, Daisy blames herself. June shuts it down. This is Gilead's fault, not hers. Before leaving, June gives her one final instruction: stay put and wait for Mayday. And one final message: don't let the bastards grind you down. Daisy is left alone, sitting with the weight of everything she's just learned. In the present timeline, Daisy is already inside Gilead, living under a new identity as part of the Pearl Girl program. And it's clear she doesn't belong there. The Ants enforce strict routines, controlling every aspect of the girls' lives. They're preparing them for events like the ball, pushing discipline, obedience, and even discouraging friendships. On a bus ride for a field trip, the girls fall into gossip and judgment, policing each other's behavior. This is where Daisy notices something interesting: Agnes watching a guardian named Garth with curiosity, maybe even attraction. When Daisy points it out, Agnes immediately lashes back, labeling Daisy's thoughts as sinful. But it's obvious Agnes feels something for Garth. She's just been taught to hate it. Then everything explodes. The bus is ambushed. Gunfire, crashing vehicles, chaos. Daisy reacts instantly, pulling Agnes down to protect her as bullets fly. The girls are rushed into a nearby building while guardians try to hold the line outside. It's a brutal reminder that Gilead isn't as controlled as it pretends to be. 1 week later, the girls, now referred to as Plums, are expected to move on like nothing happened. They're taken to visit Mrs. Judd, formerly Penny, who represents the ideal future they're being groomed for. She welcomes them warmly, showing off her luxurious home, talking excitedly about her life as a commander's wife, even hinting she may be pregnant. Everything looks perfect on the surface, but it feels off. At dinner, Commander Judd reinforces Gilead's ideology, praising the girls for surviving the attack and contrasting their pure society with the outside world, which he paints as chaotic and corrupt. It's all very controlled, very rehearsed, and very unsettling. Meanwhile, Daisy's narration makes it clear this whole program is about reshaping them, but she's not buying it. That night, we get a major reveal. Daisy secretly meets with Garth, the same guardian from earlier, and it turns out he's not just a random figure. He's part of Mayday, and so is she. Daisy confronts Garth about the bus attack, furious. It was supposed to be a retrieval mission, not a massacre. The fact that it went so wrong terrifies her, because now her life is in their hands, and they're clearly not as in control as they think. Still, she gives Garth something crucial, a map to the school, and demands to speak to June. By the end of this episode, Daisy is caught between two identities, the girl who had a normal life in Toronto, and the one who was born in Gilead, now forced to fight against it from the inside. She's lost her parents, her identity, and her sense of safety, and now she's part of something much bigger, whether she's ready or not.